Hey guys, this is Chetan for Gizmo Times and you're watching a quick comparison of the Samsung Galaxy A71 and the Galaxy A51, both of which were showcased at the CES 2020 event in Las Vegas. These phones look quite similar from the back and also from the front, but there's quite a difference with the screen size. The Galaxy A51 comes with a 6.4-inch screen size with the Full HD Plus resolution, and the Galaxy A71 on the other side comes with the 6.7-inch display with the same resolution, and they both are Super AMOLEDs with that Infinity O display having the front cutout for the camera, and it's a 32 megapixel selfie camera on the front. So these two phones run the latest Android 10 OS with the One UI based on that, and One UI has its own set of again features for the gestures, and there are improvements from the One UI 1.0 that was present earlier, and that was from the Galaxy S9 series that was running on the devices, and now the Galaxy A series has caught up with the One UI 2.0, and there are variants on both of them. The difference with the variants is that you get 4 GB of RAM on the Galaxy A51 while you have 6 and 8 GB RAM options on the Galaxy A71. With the storage, 64 GB is present on the A51 while 128 GB is present on the Galaxy A71, and the gesture features, the advanced features are all almost the same. So in the UI part, there's not a huge difference between the two devices, but with the cameras, there's a couple of differences and not much. So there's a quad camera setup on both of the phones on the back, and on the quad setup, you see that there's a primary 64 megapixel camera on the Galaxy A71 while it's a 48 megapixel camera on the Galaxy A51. But the other three cameras are the same. It's a 12 megapixel camera with that wide angle lens on both the phones, and then there's a 5 megapixel macro lens, and there's also 5 megapixel depth camera for the depth sensing. And under the other options, you have the pro mode, you have super slow mode, also the slow motion camera, and hyperlapse. Also there's the food mode with the new addition of the macro mode, which was not present on the previous A series devices, but now the A series has the macro camera on both the A51 and the A71. So there's no difference with the resolution or with the aperture size of those cameras. Super steady, the mode that was seen on the Galaxy S10 Lite as well as on the Galaxy Note 10 Lite, is now a part of the A series, with both the phones having the same super steady game mode. And with the video recording as well, there's a 4K video recording possible on both the cameras, with both the rear camera as well as the front facing camera. And even with the full HD videos, you can't take 60 fps, but it's limited to 30 fps on both the phones. So in that aspect, there's no difference at all, because you're getting the 4K as well as full HD videos, and no difference in that aspect either. Apart from that, for the selfies, you have a 32 megapixel f2.2 camera, and under the camera settings of that, you have almost no difference, because it's the same UI with the same UI version as well, the One UI 2.0. So there's no difference in that aspect. And again, with the selfie camera, you have a wide option, though it doesn't take any new sensor in. It's the same one having a bit of a wider capture, which otherwise is the same one. So under the video, you can take 4K videos for the selfies as well, and in the other settings, you have the panorama option for the selfies, and you have the slow motion and hyperlapse and the food mode as well, but those are for the rear camera options. And you have that animation which is present on both the phones. So when you try to open the selfie camera, there's that Infinity O, which has a white animation light going around that selfie camera whenever you turn it on. And you have the dedicated modes for the 64 MP and 48 MP captures on the Galaxy A71 and Galaxy A51 respectively. So in case you want to take the full resolution captures, that is possible as well, because it's a Galaxy's Samsung's own cameras, that's 64 MP sensor and 48 MP sensor being used here. On the back of the phones, you have something called as plastic, which the company calls it, but it's basically a plastic with the feel of a glass. It's not glass at all, it's a polycarbonate back, and which is prone to scratching, but it's better in a way because it won't get broken that easily when you compare that to a glass back. So that's it in this comparison of the Galaxy A51 and the Galaxy A71 smartphones. Stay tuned for our more coverage of the CES 2020, and I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.